Change has come. It's at the door. Everything that was true isn't true anymore. In our hands is a broken crown, and the wars that we lose mean freedom now. Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Let's dance into battle, start a revolution, turn the heartbreak into evolution. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, from the ashes. Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Keep marching on. 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 Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance, a chance, a chance. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Every ending is a chance to begin again. Every ending is a chance. Every ending is a chance to begin again.
The plan for living life, playing the game of life. Rules to the game of life. You will receive a body. You will learn lessons. There are no mistakes, only lessons. A lesson will be repeated until it is learned. Learning lessons does not end. There is no better than here. Others are merely mirrors of you. What you make of your life is up to you. Life is exactly what you think it is. Your answers lie inside you. You will forget all of this. You can remember it whenever you want. Mastering ourselves, being our best selves. My power, my control. Mind, body, soul, which is thoughts, wills, the things you say, and emotions. Principles: learn, grow, teach, help. Foundation: love, health, wealth, happiness. Rules: respectful, safe, responsible. Being a champion, one day at a time. Having accountability, accept responsibility for actions and performance. Culture, living our values, mastering ourselves, body, mind, soul. Excellence, being our best selves by efficiency and productivity. Leveling up in life, showing up for yourself, focus on yourself, core values, decisions, goals, and behavior. Live by, no excuses, take ownership, empower yourself to do better and be more for you. Many are here to help us be the best version of ourselves through learning and development. 2, I'm willing to do the work and you are willing to do the work. The first step to empowering you is creating a structure that helps you eliminate excuses through clarity of responsibility and process. Being a champion to create winning is by having a desire to be the best version of yourself and empowering you to do so daily. Having a better world that is a champion world is that it takes all of us. Everything is energy, vibration, and frequency, which is inside of us all and all around us. What is your energy? Low vibration or high vibration? Low vibration. Empathy, victim, helplessness, blame, negative self-talk, worry, hatred, anger, fear. High vibration. Hopefulness, courage, acceptance, happiness, self-love, gratitude, positive self-talk, trust, knowledge, abundance, forgiveness, unconditional love. Mastering ourselves. Lust, intense desire or craving, greed, excessive selfish desire. Gluttony, excessive consumption. Pride, excessive self-importance. Sloth, laziness, empathy. Envy, desiring what someone else has. Wrath, extreme anger. The unseen laws, spiritual laws you must respect. Core unseen laws. Law of reciprocity, which what you send out, energy, thoughts, actions, returns amplified. Law of authority. Spirits only respect those who know who they are. If you're confused, they dominate. Law of resonance. You attract what matches your vibration. Purity equals clear outcomes. Law of timing. Some doors open only in divine timing. Forcing it equals punishment or delay. Law of spiritual debt. Every lie, scam, or shortcut leaves a karmic invoice until it's paid by pain or repentance. It blocks flow. Law of access. Sharing sacred things with unworthy people gives dark forces access to you. Guard your spiritual intimacy. Law of sacred exchange. Don't ask for something from spirit world without giving something. Prayers, food, fire, service, truth. Law of hidden eyes. Even when no one is watching, you are seen. All thoughts and deeds echo in the spirit realms. Everyone will get exactly what they choose. 3D earth. Fear, division, anger, control, hate, AI. 5D earth. Love, unity, peace, freedom, healing, consciousness. This is the great awakening. The most powerful thing you can do right now is to be patient with yourself while things are unfolding for you. Welcome, I'm Alisha Quinn, and today we are going to talk about surrender. Truly surrendering to life. And this is going to be a review of last year, a little bit of going from expecting my children to come back to me 3 months earlier than expected, and going through that process that I went through in the month of April last year to my court date on April 28th, a year after I had taken my no fucking dicks day. That's right. So it was kind of like this symbolic day that I just was trying to kind of figure out. But I am here for a change, and every ending is a new beginning for change. And that's true. And I came here for this. I came here for a new beginning in this world. I came here to help raise the consciousness of humanity, to help assist humanity in this rise of consciousness, and to truly come to understand and understand that we are the creators of all the physical world that we get to experience. And truly, experiences are just right inside of us. And mastering this flesh, which includes the emotions. And, we end up living in this fear and victimized mentality that the world out here is against us. But when we change what's in here, out here gets different results. And that's true. And, truly, I had this storm that I had to go through and really live out a lot of those fears that I had. And at the same time, learning to be grateful and embody that gratitude for those little things that I had, and seeing the divine orchestration of things. And so, where I left out off on my story from 2025 was that I had gotten a new caseworker for my children, and there was a visit to see the place that I had. One of the things that I had to do to get my kids back was to have my own place for 6 months. So I had gotten it January 31st. So I was initially expecting to get them back at the end of July, beginning of August time. And my daughter had talked to her guardian ad litem about coming home early. She wanted to come home. She was 16 years old at the time. And so when the caseworker came and the guardian ad litem for my children came, we discussed this about me getting my children back. And I had been previously informed of a court date on April 28th. So this was kind of like, all right, and I sat here to mindfully prepare for my kids to come back to me early, in fact. And so as this month went along, because of everything that we had gone through, especially with my former husband and things, and um, I will say that I do take some of the accountability with my son as well, but there was a lot of behavior issues that he had. And so he was in a facility getting, some of that help that he needed. And so there was a meeting for him during this month. I believe it was around the middle of April, which was around the 17th, when it was declared that he was not ready to come back home, that he needed to remain there to continue getting more supports, but he was going to be changed to a different area with less restrictions. And so as I, go through that and process that, he wanted to be out of there by his birthday, which was the end of April. But, I am trying to look at things at a different perspective and just really came to that it was a win for him that he got to go to a different area where he has less restrictions, and that it was a success, an accomplishment for him to go to that next level for him. And so, I was really at this, like, I was guaranteed that I wasn't going to get him back early, but there was still my daughter. And so I didn't know how this was going to truly happen or take an effect. And as the court date approached and I had a visit with my children, one of the women from the DSS office spoke to me that the court hearing was just kind of like this evaluation kind of thing, and that I wouldn't be getting my kids back, and that it was just to really see where things were at. And so this was very difficult and challenging for me. And as I had been really changing and working on my energies and not playing the victim, that there was a reason and purpose for this, that I had to look at the higher perspective of things. And so I ended up where on the Friday, because the 28th was a Monday, so 3 days before this court date happens, I got a phone call from my attorney, and she was expecting that I was getting my kids back early. And I said no. In fact, I had even spoken to my guardian ad litem who was expecting me to get the kids back early. And so I informed him of what was going on. So the attorney, I informed her what was going on and mentioned my daughter that she wanted to come back early. I was I had everything in my home ready for them to come back home. And so she ended up, saying, well, let me, make a few phone calls and look into this and, see what's going on here. And so I didn't receive any emails or messages from her, after this time throughout the weekend and everything. I didn't hear anything from her, nothing until, I seen her at the court on Monday. But something else kind of happened. And that is a clip from the Matrix movie came across my path, which was where he is at the oracle's house or apartment or whatever, and she offers him a pill. And he says, "You know what my choice is going to be." And he takes the pill. And she said, "It's not about your choice, it's about figuring out why you made the choice." And that had a very significant play in my life here on this journey to even surrender to my life of if I didn't get my kids back, there was a reason why, and why would I choose not to have my kids back? That there was some greater purpose for it. What was it? And so as I went through like this weekend, I just really truly worked on surrendering to it. That it was just an experience that I was going to have, that nobody was against me, that there's several things playing there, that they not only need to make sure that I am fully equipped to handling my kids, but that my kids are going to do well as well being back with me. And so, how is one going to be if one comes back, right? So all these things come into play here. And I really had been going on this journey and this process that there was a reason for everything, that there were learning lessons that had to be learned. And some of them, they weren't the ones for me to teach them. That acceptance of it, of the journey and this path. And so as I went for that court date, which another thing that I had chosen to do after my visit with the caseworker and guardian ad litem in my home at the beginning of April, where, we were, kind of hoping that I was going to get my children back, by the end of the month, pretty much, that I decided not to tell a soul about it. I wasn't going to say anything to anyone, and I didn't. Because I know the power of people's thoughts and how it plays a role in my life. And I was watching to see how things played out. And so I went into that court date, to that court, and I spoke to my guardian ad litem, and I spoke to my attorney. And so we ended up, before we went in there, agreed that we would start having, because I was still on supervised visitations, but that I would start this process of having different types of visits to monitoring, to even having non-supervised visits, that this was a process that we would go through and pretty much come back in 3 months for the court. So I truly went in there just surrendering to this, that it was a show of my life, and then it was just an experience for me to experience. And I just truly went in there, truly surrendered to it, that there was a reason and purpose why I would choose not to get them back on that spiritual level at that point in time, and that I just had to figure out why. It was tough. It was, you know, when we desire something and it doesn't turn out how we want it to, it's tough to accept those things. But I was accepting that there was a learning lesson in it. I was accepting that they weren't against me. And that's how I truly took it, was that they weren't against me, that it was just something on this spiritual level that was playing out, and there was a reason and purpose for it. You know, to get my hopes up and then have it where, nope, it's not going to happen. Well, it truly made me where there were a few things that I really needed to work on. I wanted to work on before I got them back. And I continued on with working on those things. And there were changes happening for me and within me. It was very interesting because not too long before this court date, I had been talking to my lady friend that I still had from the church, and she was watching my podcast, and she said something about the music I play. And I ended up telling her, if your music's not changing, you're not changing. And the very next day, I got this beautiful instrumental music, and I started driving around, and it just made me look at this world in a whole new perspective. It's a beautiful world that we live in, and we take it for granted. And those were some of the changes that I truly was having and going through. It was my energy cleansing year, and I was cleansing out energies. And truly, it wasn't very long after this court date that I did come to see that I was still having to cleanse out these toxic, dramatized, chaotic energies that I had been in my whole life. And that I had to have the time alone to truly work on me. And I was very much alone at this time. It was something that I needed and something I had to go through. I had a few avenues, but I really have gone through a process of learning to keep to myself, to be quiet. And there were major changes that truly I went through. And I don't tell people my business anymore. I tell people what they need to know and really keep quiet about a lot of other stuff. Whereas I used to just go around jabbering to people about all my business and all these things happening to me. But when you do that, you're creating something as well. The drama show that keeps on going. But I was changing it. I was flipping the script. And one of those ways I had to flip the script was that I wasn't a victim to my life and the experiences that I was having, that there was a reason for it, and that people were not against me, that everything was for me and working for my highest good. And sometimes we're being molded into something. The Creator is molding us, and sometimes we gotta bend a little bit so that we can swim and so we can fly. And that's the truth of it. You know, facing that darkness and that shadow of ourselves. And what kind of person do we want to be? Do we want to be the person that the world has made us into be? Or do we want to be that divine being that the Creator would have us to be? And so it was not an easy thing, but it was just, a matter of still growing and still healing and accepting my life and my journey, learning to trust it, and just surrendering to it, that everything was for a reason and purpose. And I just had to figure out, why would I choose to go through it and experience it? And it truly was to change and evolve and cleanse out those energies. And I truly could feel it. It wasn't an easy thing, because what happens is when you start changing, because it's chemicals, it's within our cells, the negative stuff, the dramatized stuff is embedded in our cells. And when you start changing that, and it has to do also with your nervous system, because your nervous system is used to that it changes your chemistry within you. You're like recalibrating. That water within you, when you speak negative, is toxic. But when you start speaking positive, it crystallizes. Well, you have to go through this calibration of this change that takes place. And I could feel it. I truly could. I truly could feel it. And it wasn't an easy thing or easy process to do and go through. And to truly be alone and isolated. But it was truly an experience and time that I had to go through so that I could evolve. And if I didn't go through it, I would not be the person I am today. And that's the truth of it. And so sometimes we got to go through those challenges to help us to level up and get to the next level. And one of the things that I've really come to lately is being careful what you ask for. Because people will say, give me strength. Give me strength. Help me to be strong. Well, to have that strength and to be strong, you're going to have to go through some tests, and you're going to have to go through some stuff to strengthen you. So it's the truth of it. But, being uncomfortable creates that strength, but being comfortable makes you weak. So it's really one of those things that is a blessing in disguise. So we're going to go ahead and watch a couple of videos here.
You won't believe the version of yourself that emerges when you simply choose to grow. You see, something quite curious happens when a person decides to be better, not to prove anything, not to impress anyone, but out of a quiet urge to live with more grace. In trying to be kind to others, you discover a part of yourself you never knew existed, a gentler presence, a stillness beneath the chaos. And then, kindness toward yourself begins to feel natural, effortless even. Most people are rushing, chasing something, but the one who slows down, breathes, and views life through the lens of growth finds peace, not pressure, expansion, not exhaustion. And here's something most forget. Your perspective isn't truth. You do not see things as they are. You see them as you are. Sometimes it distorts the beauty of the moment. So shift it, tilt your head, smile, and so you breathe in the mystery and exhale gratitude, not to anyone, but to everything. Suddenly the weight lifts, and you realize it's all coming together. It always was.
Well, yes, we have to go through those things so that everything can come together, and truly changing your perspective, and really that things aren't as we think they are as we are. And I've seen that happen time and time again, that reality shifts based on in here. You know, when you're a Democrat and you think, oh yeah, this is the way, you know, those Republicans, they're bad, you know. And then you switch sides, you know, and then you have a whole new perspective. It's almost the same, but you know, you do have a little bit of a different perspective, and that's just an example. You know, as we shift and we change what's in here, we see things a whole lot different. And I truly was going through this process of looking at the world in a whole different view of things, a whole different perspective, and really seeing it as that divine creator of this, that I am a part of creating this, and that divine spirit is within me, experiencing itself through me. And how would that divine being see this world and experience this? And looking at the beauty of the creation, the birds and the trees and even the sidewalks, because we are a part of creating it. And so it is really something to just shift our perspective of things, to see things in a whole new light. And that maybe those old ways of thinking were not the best ways to be thinking, like thinking the world was against me. Because it sure makes a difference when it's like everything's for me and life is for me. I'm for me. And when God is for me, who can be against me? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at another video.
Something is being illuminated to you right now. Something it is that has been hidden is coming in. You have karmic justice coming in for you, my dear. There's something here that it's like, I'm hearing like it's your turn. It's your turn. We have the justice card as the overall energy, and then the moon in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's some type of like you facing a fear, and there's something here about like an illusion or like a distortion, but something it is that it's like, you're about to be seen as well. Okay, so there could have been like a veil that has been over you as well. There's something here about it's your time. It's your time to shine. And I just did a reading about that, but look at the cards that I pulled. This makes complete sense because we have the Six of Wands here. So there's something here. I feel, I just heard taking back your throne as well. There is something here about like how this person is going into like this castle or this house right here. And there was something that I was just getting about like taking back your throne or taking back the house, taking back your throne here. You guys, with the Six of Wands, this is a lot of recognition that is coming into your life. This is you being seen as an inspiration to others. I'm also hearing, thought leader is coming up into my head as well. There's something here where the scales are about to be balanced and something it is that has been hidden from you is about to be illuminated. But I'm also getting part of what is about to be illuminated is you. Like there has been a veil that has been over you, a shield that has been over you. And this was for divine protection or for your period of, I'm hearing for your period of transformation. It's almost as this energy of chrysalis or of being in this energy of metamorphosis. Okay. But there's something here where you are about to like come online. Yeah. The star. What was the other one that I just went? Okay. So the star, you are about to be illuminated. This is you. And the Four of Wands, this is like you celebrating something. Oh, this could also be being celebrated. My dear, you are about to be celebrated. And you're about to be seen on a whole nother level, especially with splitting it to the star, y'all. There's something here where it's like, especially with that moon in reverse, it's like there's something here about like the veil being lifted. What else do they need to know, Spirit? The Death card, yeah. The Death card. So there's something here with like a death and rebirth. And I'm telling you, this period of metamorphosis, there was a period of preparation it was that you were undergoing to gain access to those butterfly wings, right? Where it's like you are about to be illuminated. Wow, the Ten of Cups. Holy mackerel. Okay, the Ten of Cups. This is like ultimate happiness that's coming in here. This is going to make that stops by itself at 306. And something that's been coming up for me as a sign here is 369. So I don't know if you've been seeing stuff like this, but obviously 3 and 6 is 9. 369. I'm getting this energy of manifestation when I see that. Okay, it's almost like something it is that you have been manifesting and working on. It really feels like you've been planting like the seeds. You've been doing the correct things. You've been working at this for some time. And it's because like, I feel like your progress has been slower. Okay. Yeah. And it's because you have been shielded, because you were building something. You've been doing a lot of inner work as well as the outer work in order to sustain something that was for the long term. Because if we think about it, the Seven of Pentacles speaks of, you know, things taking time, you being very patient and diligent with your process because you know that this is for long-term success. So there's this energy here with the Hermit. It feels like you've been working on something kind of behind closed doors. And I keep getting this energy with the Four of Wands here. This is a beautiful card, but with it being in the house, it's like with the house being on there, it feels like you've been in like your comfort zone with the Hermit. And it feels like you're about to come outside of your comfort zone, my dear. Okay, like you're about to be pulled or catapulted outside of your comfort zone. You are not going to be like in this like safe space anymore, okay, in the best possible way, because there's something here about like huge expansion that's about to happen in your life. And these seeds it is that you have been planting and working on, this is inner and outer work that you have been doing. And it's almost like you've had this shield upon you as you were doing this so that you would be ready for this period or time. You guys, the King of Wands, okay, this is the energy where it's like it's all about your world is catching up with the reality it is that you have dreamt in your head. And I say dreamt lightly because this is about to be your reality. The thing it is that you have seen in your head, the vision board, the everything like that, this is about to come into full-blown fruition. You are about to be celebrating something. The Three of Cups here, okay? Three of Wands is all about expansion too. So Three of Cups, there's something here that you are about to be celebrating, or you are about to be celebrated as well. With the King of Wands, you're on the rise. That's the energy that I'm picking up on here. You are literally on the rise with the King of Wands. Lions could be significant as well. I'm hearing, yeah, lioness, like Empress energy, but it's like, wow. The way that y'all have shifted, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, the Seven of Swords in the bottom. Self-sabotage, things that you held yourself back from, you have worked through all of this. The Hanged Man, you had to be on this pause. For lack of better words, you had to have this perspective shift in a lot of areas within your life. So if your progress has been like you've been waiting on that train that just won't come, or there's this energy of like you putting in the work, but it's like, oh my God, this progress is slow or something along those lines, just know that like this is going to be a very massive impact that you end up having because of like how much work and like time and diligence it is that you are putting into these seeds it is that you have planted. This is going to be for long-term success. This is going to be for long-term happiness and for a long-term legacy. So just know that if your progress is slower, it's okay. Like this is going to be a bigger outcome than you ever would have thought possible because of the patience and diligence and the fine tuning that spirit and you have been working on. You guys, don't let anxiety take over. Remember, anxiety, fear is just that energy of the ego being fearful of your rise. Because look at this, the phoenix rising, literally. If you have anxiety coming up, this a lot of times is your ego. This is literally letting me know that this is your ego. You could even be having like sleepless nights and everything like that. Your body, like it's literally calibrating into this new frequency, into your higher, I just heard octave, the Chariot, the Celestial Weaver. So you are literally creating and catapulting into like the Chariot is a fast moving card. This is victory and success as well. But this is you co-creating with the universe. This is you co-creating with the universe. Look at that. You're so effing powerful. And the way that you have transmuted the negative energies, okay, it is that you have, oh, your rise is about to be shocking. Like this isn't no crazy, like I said, you know, butterfly and metamorphosis before, but this isn't that. This is a complete, like, I'm hearing this is a complete shift in everything. This is going to be so shocking because this is your Phoenix rising moment that you've always dreamt about, that you have always wanted. Your physical reality is about to change drastically. And I mean within finances, within your physical vessel, within what it is that you see, because of the work it is that you have been doing. The Phoenix, make no mistake, this is your rising moment. You have been so resilient. Splitting it right back to the Justice card. Your justice is here. The Three of Wands. Get ready to expand on a rapid level. And get ready to expand on a massive level is what I want to say, because this is like legacy. This is empire building energy. Get ready to not be in your comfort zone anymore. Or like in the comfort of what it is that you've built, because you, my dear, have outgrown your situation in a massive way. And so you're about to be catapulted in areas that like, whoo, they might be like, your ego might be like scratching like, oh my God, like this is terrifying. But this is exactly what you're made for. Like, this is what you were born for. This is what you were made for. This is your legacy. And baby, the way that you're Phoenix rising, like your outer transformation, like you are looking, like you're beautiful, handsome, whoever is coming across this, but like, this one's for the books. You're going to remember this. They're going to remember this from you. If you would like to dive deeper in this message, dive deeper reading, let's level the F up. You already are. I love you.
Well, that was a long message, but it was definitely one I needed. And, you know, that I was going up a few octaves, and I did. I felt them. I heard them. Little earbuzz, you know? And really, it was only a couple days after this that I got that plan that plays in the first of my podcast, that plan of that vision of how to create a whole new world, because that world begins within us, that we can't see things out here as they are. We see things as we are. So it all starts within us. And I got that just a couple days after that court date. And so, taking back that throne, and that throne is right here, ruling over myself instead of what other people are telling me to do or whatever. And, I had to go through that pause, and really, it is really the emotions, letting either I let the emotions rule over me or I take that rulership over this body and this mind and this soul, which is the emotions, the things I say, and the thoughts I have. And I had been doing that. So, it was just part of my plan, part of my journey that I had to go through. And one of the things that I truly come to see is that everything that I was doing, like before I left Washington and stuff, there were things happening that I was doing and going through that was preparing me for that time. And so after leaving Washington here, everything that I am doing now is preparing me for something down the road here. And so we got to take that power back, that ownership back, take the throne back over our life, over our realities, and have that co-creation going on with spirit. Instead of listening to all the BS going on, because that stuff will play a role and experience in our realities, the dark energies, the fear, the guilt. And so we have to take that power back, that ownership back. And so I am the phoenix rising from the ashes. And it takes a lot of inner work to truly make those changes, to truly have power over those thoughts and have ownership and control and putting in, repeating what I want. Because this here and the seeds that I plant do make a difference. And what is it that I want to experience? And so what we have going on in here comes out here. It reflects. So the fears, the judgment issues, complaining about life, the drama, the chaos, or the love, the self-awareness, self-discipline, fulfillment, happiness. So, when we are happy and fulfilled and find that within ourselves instead of looking out here, more of it's going to show up in our experiences. And so we just have to look at things in a whole new perspective. So we're going to go ahead and ask some questions here. What happens when you surrender to life? We trust that life will unfold in its own time and its own way. What is a powerful quote on surrender? The mind will seek to understand and control, but surrender bypasses both. It trusts that something greater knows what's needed. How do you surrender your life? Accepting the present moment, releasing the need to control outcomes, and trusting the natural flow of events. What does it feel like to fully surrender? Living in your body and soul and feeling at ease. So, my conclusion is that change takes work, and to surrender to your life is a process that we have to go through, that we can continue to fight against the current and be like, this isn't supposed to be happening to me, and life is happening to me, and everything's against me. Or we can learn to surrender and go with the flow of it, transcend the energies, and say, I chose this experience. Why would I choose this? And learn, grow, heal from it. And surrendering, coming to that point. Because when you look in manifestation and assuming that it's already yours, all the things that you have worked on to manifest, you have to come to a point of having this Sabbath, time of rest. Just like the farmer who's planted everything and now it's just to see it come to fruition. You got to surrender to it instead of digging it up or when is it coming? And, you have to surrender to it and handing it all over that it is done. And this out here is going to change. And so that's part of shifting reality and jumping those timelines. And we have the power to live in the reality that we want to live in and shift our perspective and get on a different timeline. And that everything is for us, for me. And truly learning that there is no better than here, so love it here. This, I created this. Enjoying the experience of it. Loving the life and the experiences that I'm having. And it takes that molding, that bending, swimming to fly. And so taking ownership over the body and the mind and the soul, and truly co-creating with universe, with God, with source, whatever it is that we want to say. So surrendering is a daily practice for sure, and is something that anybody can do, is to come to the self-awareness that everything that they are experiencing and creating, they have been part of creating it, good or bad. And if it's not what you wanted it to be, create something different. And truly, as I've come to self-reflect and inner reflect on things in my own life and experiences, I truly came to see that there were things that I wanted and I got the experience of them, but I did not appreciate them and I was not as grateful as I should have been for them. And truly coming to learn that gratitude, to embody being grateful for life and for experiencing this life and experiencing this journey. And sometimes I have to remind myself that, I chose this. I chose this experience. This is what I wanted. And so it's a learning journey to learn to love the experiences in the good times and the bad. And so because even in those challenging things, that there's growth. Growth lives here. And so we have the growth. So take what you can and learn and grow and heal and evolve, expand yourself. Because that's truly what we're here for. We are here to evolve. We're here to go through those metamorphoses and evolve into that butterfly again and again and again. That is part of the journey. And if you're stagnant, if you haven't changed something, it might be time for you to change. But truly, that is what we are here for, is to grow, is to evolve, is to learn to transcend those energies and to create that heaven on earth. And we have it within us to do such a thing. And there's nothing to fear. We do not need to fear our light. We are powerful, incredible beings that are fully capable of creating a beautiful life and a beautiful world. And all we have to do is take that power back and have that unity and peace that begins within us, body, mind, and soul, connection, and connect to the whole thing. We run this game. We are the ones running it. So I'm grateful for anyone who is listening and learning and growing from me. I am grateful for life and just truly learning and growing and getting through those tough times that I really went through, that I really did pick myself up to go to the next level. And I'm grateful for that. And if you want any help with healing or taking that power back, you can reach out to me. My emails and links are in the bio. So enjoy your day and enjoy your life, because it is yours and you have every right to enjoy your life and have that happiness and fulfillment. We're going to play this song called I'm Dangerous. So enjoy it. Love you.
Most people don't realize this, but we're not all living in the same reality. We're all walking this earth, but we're living in different dimensions. When you're in the lower dimensions, you believe in a God outside of you. You say things like, "Thank you, Jesus," and "Thank you, God up there." And that's okay, because that's the level you're at. It's part of the journey. But when you go through a Kundalini awakening, when your spirit truly begins to rise, something shifts. You don't just believe in Christ, you become aware of the Christ within you. You stop thanking something outside of you, and you begin to awaken to the power that was always inside you. Christ consciousness isn't about religion. It's a frequency, a higher awareness. It's when you realize God lives in you. You see, people argue because they live in different dimensions, and they don't understand each other. Some still live in the 3D where everything is fear, control, separation. You're over here trying to speak light, truth, oneness, and they look at you like you're crazy. That's because you're not speaking the same language of consciousness. When you awaken, you rise. You begin to see the world through God's eyes, not man's. And that's why we say not everyone will get you. Not everyone is supposed to, because not everyone has risen yet. But your job is not to prove it, your job is to live it. Let your vibration speak louder than your voice. Thank you for following us at Awakening the Empaths, where truth is spoken without fear.
Afraid. Down in the darkness, I was crawling through the human race. I heard the voices through the dark. So I beat my fist against my chest, against my heart. Hey, oh, hear the sound. We are the underground. Hey, oh, rising up. We're not afraid of fight. You ain't got a chance. Trying to go to war with the champ. Trying to go back, but you can't. Now it's only one king, I'm the man. Anybody wanna step to the plate? Better go and get one thing straight. I don't freeze and I won't hesitate. Matter of fact, y'all been running in place, can't run from your fate. Who's gonna stop me? 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 Yeah, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? So electrical, charged up, shocking every second like a billion volts. Now we hyperactive, you don't want no static. I was born for battle, finger on the pulse. Y'all paper plastic, well I go Jurassic. So far from average, running with the raptors like a slay Goliath, steady moving silence. So in other words, I am the boss. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? I am the boss. Who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? Yeah, who's gonna stop me? Who's gonna stop me? I just look at the world, such a sight to behold. Most of the stories will never get told. Been on my own for so long, I don't know what else to do, pray I don't lose my soul. Walking through fire till I'm numb to the coast. Coming for everything, diamonds and gold. Nothing to lose, all in my control. And I'm about to go savage, so don't say I won't. And I'm destined for greatness. Ain't no fabrication, ain't no time for waiting. Super fundamental, I can see them hating. Ain't a scrimmage, steady winning. I ain't quitting from the start to finish. Been in motion, this is physics. Never slowing, never getting with it. I ain't quitting from the start to finish. And I gotta wonder, really fine slipping in. Who's gonna stop me? 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 Who's gonna stop me?